what the story is in that particular game. At the moment on the scoring difference, it is Feakle with +2, it's Wolf Tones on -14. But there are, of course, a sequence of results that could see all that change. So we'll be keeping an eye on that right across the afternoon. Let's run you through the teams. And, well, it's big team news from a Feakle point of view, because last year's TUS Club Hurler of the Year, Shane McGrath, does not play this afternoon. He's out with a leg injury. We can see him on the field there with a leg brace and indeed a crutch as well to help him along. Eire Quilligan is in something similar. He doesn't start. Let's tell you who does for Feakle. Number 16 in goal is Liam O'Connor. It's a full back line of Killian Ban, Evan McMahon and Oisín Clune. Adam Hogan, Owen Toohey and Patrick Daly are the half-back line. Inda Noonan and Ronan O'Connor are the midfield pairing. Captain Unforna lifted the Canon Hamilton here last year. Oisín Donlan, he wears number 10. It's a half-forward line that contains Inda Madden replacing Shane McGrath, and Martin Daly misses out as well through injury, with Con Smith returning there. We do expect a tactical shuffle for this particular game. Inside line then for the Feakle men is Stevie Conway, Raymond Ban, and wearing number 15 will be Oisín O'Connor. For Eire, the Townies, they start with Dara Stack in goal. Their full-back line is Fionn Tracy, Kieran Russell and Liam Curry. Half-back line, Robert Loftus, Aaron Fitzgerald and Rian Mulcahy. Their midfield pairing will be Oren Cahill and Darren Maroney. Shane O'Donnell, David Reedy and David McNamara are the Townies' half-forward line, with an inside line of Luca Cleary, Danny Russell and Marco Cleary for Jerry O'Connor's outfit. Joining us on analysis this afternoon is Derek Dormer. Derek, a big one ahead here. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on 6 Mile Bridge as well. This could have a rather dramatic finish, this group.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, survival on the line for two famed clubs. Newmarket, like a storied club, and Wolf Tones just up intermediate, so that's going to be a dogfight. Neighbours, rivals, you know, what are they, 2 miles apart? That's really going to be the massive game, and we'll have a bearing on how Feakle approach this game. I'm sure they're going to be taking tabs on what's going on below us at the bridge, especially now that they're without Shane McGrath, Derek. It's a huge loss in the scoring front, and remember, if Feakle do lose and Wolf Tones wins, this will come down to a scoring difference.
I was just looking at it there, as I say, +2 to Feakle, -14 for Wolf Tones, so that's whatever it is, 16 between them, so an 8-point swing either way. That's not beyond the realms of possibility here.
Not without Shane McGrath, it's not. Yeah. Especially, I mean, that's your chief scorer. And, I mean, the Townies have been putting up huge scores without David Reedy and Shane O'Donnell contributing on the scoreboard. Shane O'Donnell is still scoreless in this championship. Now, he's contributed in play. He's won a host of frees, set up several scores. But if they click on the scoreboard as well, Townies have put up 224 in their last game. I mean, I think the Townies are favourites for the championship as we speak. So it's a big ask for Feakle today, especially minus Shane McGrath. I think some Eire Kilnamona people are saying, but it's for Townies for me at the moment.
Yeah, the Eire Kilnamona people are saying different things depending on who's listening, I'll tell you that much. But anyway, we'll let them talk away. We'll have that draw tomorrow evening, so we'll know an awful lot more in terms of the pairings. In this game then, right, we're looking at obviously the Shane O'Donnell and David Reedy factor up front for Eire, but also Danny Russell and the two Clearys. So you've pace, you've power, you've guile, you've everything you need.
Wouldn't you travel anywhere in the country to watch Shane O'Donnell play hurling at any stage? I mean, to me, he's just magical isn't even the word you could use to describe him. What that man can do with a slitter is just incredible, and it's a pleasure to watch him. And I'd love to see him win in Canon Hamilton, and that breaks my heart being a Magpie. But look, they're just he's a fantastic player. And what Eire have added, Derek, compared to the county final that they should have won against Ballyea and they didn't, they made no substitutes that day in the county final. Nobody to contribute off the bench. They have that this year. They have young lads chomping at the bit to get in who are contributing on the scoreboard. Young Marco Cleary, Luca Cleary, young Darren Maroney. Like, these are up and coming players. Oren Cahill is growing every single game, getting better and better. He's a Clare under 20. Townies are a serious force, Derek.
But that being said, the Canon Hamilton currently is still in the ownership of the men from Feakle for the next hour and a half or so anyway, depending on how things go. Champions never let up the grasp on that easily, and especially when you're a proud hurling fraternity like Feakle.
Absolutely. And look, Feakle's job is to get through the group. They don't care if they come out first or second. It will not matter to them. They're county champions, as you say. If they get Shane McGrath back, if they do get through today, the result goes their way in the bridge or whatever, and they come back, they'll be a force. Have no doubt about that. They'll be an absolute force. I see a good Kilmurray Brecon man in dropping his NT.
He's not mighty now, I'll tell you, because he landed with something for you and nothing for me. But anyway, thanks, Frank. Yeah, no problem at all. Biscuits and tea delivered here for Dormer, and I'm standing here with one hand as long as the
Look,
other.
he's
Anyway,
a very good mullock man. I'll put it to you like that.
That makes it worse.
That
Makes it worse. He's even closer to me. But anyway, we'll move on. Thanks, Frank. Just you talk about leadership. No, but I'll take a bottle of water if there's one going. It's desperate warm. I'll get back on track now in a second. You talk about leadership here, and just after spotting there about a minute ago, before I was snubbed by one of my own, the 6 Rogue forwards came together here in a bit of a huddle and had a bit of a chat. Danny Russell was probably most animated in what he was saying. Obviously, it was a conversation about where we want the ball to be played, who's going to make the run off the shoulder, all that stuff. Like they're looking very comfortable in their own skin. That's the one thing I've noticed about watching them this year.
They are, and Danny Russell is leading from the front. I mean, things weren't great in the opening round against Newmarket, and if Newmarket look back in it, they probably left a lot of scores behind them in the first half. Now, it was crazy shooting with the wind. They were shooting the 20% shots, as I call them. But the Townies weren't great in that first half, and it was Russell that led them through that game. I think 13 points, he contributed on the scoreboard that day. And he was sensational below against Wolf Tones in the market. And look, they're building. They're a dual club. They're favourites for Jack Daly, and they're one of the favourites for the Canon Hamilton. It's a good time to be an Eire Rogue supporter.
Absolutely. And for Feakle, I suppose we know that in adversity sometimes you find that little bit extra, you find that bit of grit to keep you going, but as you say, they're going to need it here today. This is probably the biggest test they've faced with the Canon in their possession.
100%. And again, Derek, you have to factor in their biggest talisman. You see it in the football, Kildare without Emmett McMahon. I see it with Shannon Gales last year without Dara Bohannon. When you have a key marquee player that's your leader on and off the field, and Shane McGrath is leader on and off the field, club player of the year last year, and led them to glory after, since 1988. He was the chief scorer, he was their leader. They're without him today in a game that, if Wolf Tones pull off a result, this could get squeaky. And I do think Newmarket will get the job done below in 6 Mile Bridge, but that's a derby, that's neighbours. You can't count on it. Feakle have to go out here, focus on their job, and focus on their job without Shane McGrath. It's a big ask.
Certainly is. Right now we're just going to pause for a moment's silence here in Zimmerbeim at Park Yesog. Our stadium announcer Michael O'Regan is just giving us the details down there. We'll also be checking in as well in 6 Mile Bridge at halftime in that game, and indeed throughout as well. Our reporter Adam Maloney down there keeping us updated on that. But right now we'll listen in for this moment's silence.
Impeccably observed, Derek.
Silence, and if I was correct in picking up the tail end of it there, that was a memory of the late great Noel Normal of Kilmehel, and indeed many years here in Eire Rogue, as well as a beautiful bottle of Clare spring water is delivered by Mullock's own Frank Mee. Fair play to you, Frank.
That was an impeccably observed minute silence.
Our round of Ian time here in Park Yesog. So both teams make their way off here to the sidelines. From a Feakle point of view, it's sad for them to see Shane McGrath in those crutches and knee brace here underneath us, along with Eire Quilligan, but that is how things stand with. They've had their injury troubles, but they still are proud county champions, no doubt about that. Our referee this afternoon is from Whitegate, Owen O'Leary, one of the more experienced up and coming referees here in the county, and straight away there's a positional switch from Feakle as Oisín Clune goes to midfield, and the game is on, and it's going to be Eire attacking the Cloister end tier of Páirc Uas Óg in this opening half. Pressure on immediately over there from David Reedy, spinning and picking that one up was Luca Cleary, just trying to get it down the line. It's broken up inside on that Feakle full back line right now, far side the ground. The ball is mired. Referee says the ball was over carried. It's going to be a free in for the Townies, far side the ground. They're setting the tempo early, 23 seconds on the clock when David Reedy's work rate forced that one, and trotting across will be Danny Russell.
Yeah, Derek, it's a new feature. It's in football, but it's now in hurling as well. If you go into the tackle and you don't release that ball, if you get swamped up at all, you're going to be pulled for over carrying. It's never ever going to be a free your way for being held up. It's a free for over carrying. You just can't be going into contact expecting soft frees off referees. You won't get them.
It is Woltones off to a flyer, 2 points on the board already for them down in 6 Mile Bridge. So it's already we're going to be looking at the score difference and how that all is changing very, very shortly indeed. But right now we're watching David Reedy, the Grove Bar and Restaurant in Rosslevin, our commentary sponsors this afternoon, as it's Danny Russell that strikes that ball straight between the posts for the Townies. So they're sitting out an early stall here. They've come to work, they've come to play, and they've come to open the scoring. Yeah,
and Danny Russell, their leader, a very accomplished free taker. We won't mention the county final and the decision not to let him hit the last free, but
but you just did it anyway.
I did, and it's something they'll always regret, surely to God. 90 seconds in, they'll be delighted with this start, and there's a simple chance here from Russell from play.
Yeah, from the far touchline again, but that one is just going to go out to the right hand side and wide. So again, we're just watching some of the switches down here underneath us. Oisín Donlan is lining out at number 10. He's down here. Cornerback Killian Ban is out picking up. It's David McNamara down here as well. So plenty switches. We expect more as the afternoon wears on. Good work in the air there by Raymond Ban, far side of the ground, holding onto the ball. Back it comes. That's a strike from Pat Daly. It's broken down. Ban comes on to it again, trying to pick it up over there. That's Ronan O'Connor with the yellow helmet, far side of the pitch. Aaron Fitz goes over to put in a big hit on him. Too much so for the liking of our referee this evening, Owen. So that's going to be a free for the Feakle men, and I would imagine it is Oisín Donlan that's going to take over the free taking duties from Shane McGrath, and it's probably been a while since somebody has needed to do that, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it's not an easy task because Shane McGrath is the 95 percentile. It's interesting for Feakle. They're playing with a sitting six. Shane O'Donnell has been alternating in between centre forward and half forward, Derek, and has gone on a Roman mission so far. But Feakle are holding their defensive shape with the six backs in their positions. That could have a crucial part to play yet.
Crucial as well will be that free, and that one is going to be flying straight between the posts from Oisín Donlan. So that ball is immediately over from his point of view. The captain of the team levelling things up here at 1 point apiece. Liam Curry receives the ball in that left corner back position, plays it down the line to David McNamara. He's on the 45 metre line. Out it comes, standing on the sideline here is Danny Russell. Look at the arc on that one as it swings from left to right, straight between the posts. Beautiful strike of the ball.
An incredible score right on the touchline. David McNamara with the brick flick into Russell's hand. He just planted his feet and he actually sliced it like a tennis player, curled it in beautifully in off the upright. A great score.
Puck out is aimed over towards the sizable figure of Ray Ban on the far side of the ground, but David Reedy is the man that breaks it up. Oren Cahill, he transfers the ball out towards that wing, dinks it ahead, looking for the diminutive and brilliant Shane O'Donnell. Lovely run, taking it on by Cahill once again. That is a score of real quality from Eire Og. Oren Cahill and Shane O'Donnell involved. A lovely little 1-2 onto Cahill, storming at pace, stuck it over the bar. 3 points to 1, Eire Og in front with 3.5 minutes played.
And that's a coaching score, Derek, because in fairness to Cahill, he didn't zip the slitter, he didn't put too much on it. He just dropped it along in front of O'Donnell, inviting him out to pick it. First touch into the hand, second touch popped to Cahill. Cahill's first touch over the bar. Simplicity in motion from Eire Og.
Already we're looking at a 4-point swing in the scoring stakes as Tones lead by 3 points to 1, and Eire Og do something similar. So the mathematicians will be out very shortly indeed, but Feakle just need to settle into this game. A loose enough ball there out over the sideline. Danny Russell, well, if he hit that one, he was going to take a fair scalp of Joe Mullins with it as well.
Joe Mullins was brave now to pick down to put his hand down for that slitter.
And he shoved him back, I'd say, just the width of his boot, to be fair. There wasn't a whole pile in it now, but Danny Russell is the man that's going to hit it. Gets a good connection on it as well, puts it all the way across. Trying to get it over there is it's Marco Cleary trying to get the pressure on. He does really well to turn the ball over, and there's men inside. Here goes Cleary. Back it goes to David Reedy, just too much on that, and it allows the tackle to come in. That's a real let off. Off goes Shane O'Donnell trying to come onto the ball. It's whipped away over there. Good work from into Madden just to release it into Cleary, but he's going to come onto it once again. Cleary, he's on the 45-metre line. His men left and right decides to go over to the far side of the ground to David Reedy. He stands and just flicks the wrists and just puts it over. Minimum effort, minimum fuss, maximum class, David Reedy.
They should have had a goal, Derek, in fairness to young Cleary. He shouldn't have given the ball to Reedy. I know he was calling it for he should have went for the juggler, but then they hunted in packs. They wouldn't allow Feakle to get out, and swarmed, overturned, and then he popped it to Reedy. Oh, again split the post. A lovely start from Eire. 4 points, 3 from play already, Derek. It's a scintillating start from the Townies.
Puck out going wrong there, 0-2. He was the intended target. It just went beyond him, but covering back there, the man himself, the young hurler of the year, the All-Star, the All-Ireland winner, Adam Hogan, tidying that ball up for Feakle, getting it out to the far side of the pitch, standing right over there, his own Toohey, delivers it into the corner. He's looking for the run of Oisin O'Connor. He's got the ball, just wouldn't come up to him first time. Now he can put on the afterburners. Oisin O'Connor from a very, very tight angle, splits the post for the Feakle men. Good score, maybe half a hint of a goal chance there when he picked it first time. He recovered well. He just picks the ball up, puts it over. 4 points to 2. The Townies in front, down in 6 Mile Bridge. It's Tones 4-1 up early on.
Yeah, look, Feakle will be happy enough in the sense that it's twice they've only brought the ball into the scoring zone of Eire, and they've come away both times with a score. Yes, it was a free from Oisin Donlan, that's their first from play, but it's the only 2 times that they've got past the Eire 45. Eire are very, very dominant, but at Feakle, if that efficiency rate keeps up, they'll have no fear. They'll be in this contest all the way.
Would you believe Adam Hogan is involved in some off-the-ball stuff down here?
I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed it only if I see it with my own eyes.
Owen O'Leary just goes down and says, lads, cut it out, and I won't decide who's the sinned against or the sin doing. But the ball is pucked out from the Eire. Down here is Rian Mulcahy. Looks up, left-handed, strikes it right down into the corner. Good contest in the air, and that's good work from Evan McMahon. Just kicks the ball down here towards Ronan O'Connor. Nice little hand pass and a great bit of stick control as well as Feakle tried to drive forward through Killian Ban. Half a hook on that ball, still went forward. Rian Mulcahy going back to try and tidy things up for the Townies. He's a man standing back to help him out. That's Rian Mulcahy right now. It was Darren Maroney, the man initially, but the ball goes clear, and it is Ronan O'Connor that has it for Feakle. There's a fair bit of determination behind that strike from Ronan O'Connor as the ball flies between the posts at the town end. 4 points to 3. It's Feakle in trailing here. Wolf Tones 5-1 up down in 6 Mile Bridge.
Oh, Wolf Tones 5-1 up. Feakle will be delighted with that. As I said, Derek, the last 2 times in, the 3rd time they were after getting the score. Ball broke inside here for Shane O'Donnell.
Long ball over the top, and in fairness there to Liam O'Connor, did really well with the current still. It hasn't been picked for this year, has it? Hurler of the year, bearing down on goal for him. That one is a shot from out on the far sideline by Robert Loftus, another of these up and coming stars for the Townies, but that ball goes right and wide. The Grove in Rosslevin is the sign that you can see there just behind the goal, and they're also our commentary sponsors, Donovan and all the crowd. We thank them indeed for their kind support of this broadcast. 7.5 minutes gone, Eire leading by 4 points to 3. Ball breaking behind. That's Oren Cahill going back to try and tidy things up. Good work from Inda Noonan to try and close him down. He pings the ball across, though. They're very comfortable on the ball. Fionn Tracy, recent minor and under 20 star. David Reedy, it's a while since he was there. He's around a long time, but that ball is pretty aimless from his standards. Probably looking for O'Donnell to make the run. Just too much on it as it goes out right and wide.
Yeah, he was definitely looking for O'Donnell. He wasn't attempting to score. It just, he kind of topped it off the Hurling, and it never followed the right trajectory. But Feakle will be happy enough. I know they're trailing, but it's only 4-3, Derek. Eire have a lot of early hurling done. They don't have that massive lead in the scoreboard.
Struggling on their own puck out though, Feakle.
They are struggling on their own puck out, but look, it's very hard to replace Eire Quilligan. Yeah,
good work out here. Was aimed for Killian Ban. It just went beyond him, and the ball eventually broke down, so it's going to be a line ball. Good tracking back from Danny Russell to get the block in. The 2 cornerbacks coming over here discussing who's going to hit the line ball, and again Joe Mullins is very definite anyway about where the line balls are to be taken from this afternoon, so he's consistent
he
on
was
it.
10 yards
Not
there.
a hope in hell was even 3, so we're going to have to come back for that one, and that's exactly what Owen O'Leary is indicating, and that's just not being switched on, I think, in my book. Taking that, knowing that the option is going to be there to bring it back from the referee's point of view. 10 minutes gone down in 6 Mile Bridge. Wolf Tones leading the market 6 points to 1.
That's a blistering start, and there's a puff of air here in Cusick Park, so I can't imagine there being a breeze down in the bridge.
Now he's given a free for that indiscretion. Is that
maybe an indirect free? I don't know. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine now. And
Well,
this
Danny
is
Russell.
bad now for me on commentary not to know why the free, but I don't understand it.
I thought it was a throw ball if you weren't far enough back. But anyway, we'll give the benefit of the doubt to Owen O'Leary. Danny Russell certainly isn't shaping up as a man that's going to take an indirect free.
There's no sliotar now.
That's quite important in a game of hurling, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's one of the few things you definitely need. We can do without the ref. We can't do without the sliotar.
I don't know. We'd need one of them as well. Fairness, as much as we just give out about him at times. Running repairs underneath us here for one of the Eire players. That's Oren Cahill. 6-2 now down in 6 Mile Bridge. So that's a 5-point swing already. 4 more for the Tones and 1 less for Feakle. So a lot to be added up as the afternoon wears on. Here we go, and we watch Danny Russell just shy of the 65-metre line, no more than a step or two in from this near sideline, looking at the Cloister goal. That is the visual if you're on your wireless with us this afternoon. Let's see, the man with the black helmet comes and strikes it, and again he's measured it brilliantly, hasn't he? And just
never deviated, did it?
No,
Like as soon as he
absolutely
struck it, it was gone over the bar.
And we have to, of course, mention that Eire playing with the breeze in this first half. As we told you in the first game, it's blowing down towards the Cloister goal, which is a strange one. Generally, it heads for that kind of Tesco corner down here to our right-hand side. So that is something for both teams to contend with. Long ball into the corner. Feakle on the attack. Nice little run out here towards the sideline, just trying to hold on to that ball. Good work from Stevie Conway. Tries to take on the Eire defence. Takes a hefty shoulder there. Gets the ball back as far as Inda Noonan. Patrick Daly steps around, gets it recycled to Oisín Donlan. Oisín comes and just hits off the left, and it goes to the right and wide.
Great work from the townies.
Savage defence.
Absolutely savage defence. They hunted in packs. They didn't give him a second to settle himself. 2-3 red jerseys around every single Feakle man in possession. Very impressive defensively from Eire.
Puck out from Dara Stack, trying to find a runner on the far side of the ground. It breaks down there from David McNamara out over the sideline. Eire, I think, if you were to break it down in terms of a game plan, looking a bit more comfortable than Feakle at the moment, but I suppose given who Feakle are missing and where, that's kind of understandable.
Absolutely, and look, Eire want to lay down a marker for the rest of the championship, secure top spot, secure a seeding for the quarter final, have a couple of weeks rest and recuperation. This Eire side mean business this year under Jerry O'Connor. There is nothing taken for granted. You can see everything is set up. Their defensive shape is all well organised, and they're hunting in numbers, Derek. And when you hunt in numbers, you have a great chance.
Right now, Liam Curry is over there a little bit isolated at the moment. It's Feakle coming away with the ball, just trying to sell the dummy over there. As Ronan O'Connor gets it back in towards a very, very crowded midfield, and too crowded, says the referee. That was Oisín Clune just getting all wrapped up there. It's going to be a free for the Feakle men. It's going to be Oisín Donnan to take it once again. 6 points to 2 after 13 minutes is the latest score we have from O'Garney Park. So we'll be keeping an eye on that right across the afternoon, as we keep saying. 12 minutes gone here. Eire leading Feakle by 5 points to 3. Quarter-final draw and indeed relegation pairings and all the rest of it to be made tomorrow evening in Clare Abbey, so we'll bring you details of that as soon as we have it. Right now we'll bring you details of what Oisín Donnan is going to do with this free. One to his name already. This one looks good, and it's going straight over the bar, over the net and over the wall as well, and into some young fella's pocket behind the goal. I don't think that one's going to be coming back into play.
That's a good place for it. That's a good place. Now, in fairness to Oisín Donlan, that's 2 frees, 2 scores. And when you're taking over from Shane McGrath, it's so important. A lovely long puck out here.
Yeah, Shane O'Donnell hunting for ball, top of the right position, high challenge around the neck. O'Donnell steps back and slaps that ball goalwards and puts it between the posts. You can try everything you want to try and stop this man, Shane O'Donnell, but very little of it actually works.
Derek, it was a WWE tackle around the neck that he didn't even shirk from. And then once he planted the feet in an acute angle, it didn't matter. Poetry in motion, Shane O'Donnell.
He's playing out here at wing forward. I'm surprised Feakle are looking at putting Adam Hogan on him to try and manage his influence a small bit. He seems to be teaming up there with David Reedy, but I suppose Eire just have so many fires that you try and need to put out.
That's the thing. How many firemen do you actually need?
Yeah. 7-2 in the bridge, 6-4 here. That's the latest score right now. It might be about to change, because there's Patrick Daly with a shot from distance. A simple enough score. Win the break off your puck out. Step back and get a shooter on the ball. Patrick Daly is just that. 6-5 Eire in front.
Yeah, and Feakle opted to go long this time and from the puck out and got good. The ball broke. Daly picked it up. First touch, second touch over the bar. That's good. But Eire very sharp. Very sharp. Really sharp over there was Ronan O'Connor. Read that puck out looking for David McNamara. Plays it into the corner. Oisín is over there. Oisín O'Connor, that is, bending his back. Again, 2 Eire men over trying to get that ball up. Patrick Daly trying to do something similar. He does get it up. Look at that. 3 Eire players converging him. And the one that comes away with it is David Reedy. Out to David McNamara. He looks to change the point of attack all the way over here towards Shane O'Donnell. Up goes the hand. It just goes behind him. It's tidied up. There's David Reedy once again putting in the shoulder down here underneath us. In on the back, says the referee. It was Aaron
Fitz doing the tidying up at the back on that occasion. Reedy was up here on the other 45-metre line. Shoulder into the back was the referee's call. I suppose when you go into those rucks like that, it's often easy, as Tommy keeps saying, to paint the picture in the referee's mind.
Well, he definitely painted a very good picture for me. David Reedy did great work, tracked him 25 yards, met him shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, put him on his backside, which is what you want from your attacker, to put the defender on his backside, and it should have been a free in for over-carrying, if you ask me.
Instead, it's a free for the Feakle men, and it's Oisín Donlan to take it. 2 from 2 for him so far, but this probably the most difficult, midway between his own 45 and 65 metre lines. The ball is dropping short, I would imagine. Liam Corrie inside underneath to try and break it down does well. That's Robert Loftus, picks it up, left hand on top as he plays it across towards Dara Stack. The goalkeeper has come out and he's going for a little foray up the far side of Zimmerbeim at Park Isog. He pulls the brakes between the 45 and 65 and lets it rip right into the danger zone. It goes. Danny Russell and Shane O'Donnell hanging around on this one. Russell is there. Was he taken out of it? Referee says no. Luca Cleary, he'll pick it up, and from a very, very tidy angle, he will hit the outside of the post, put the ball to the right hand side and wide. But Eire's transitioning from defence to attack is seamless.
Yeah, very, very much so. And a lovely flick over across to the goalkeeper, who came out and had the confidence to carry it all the way up to the 40. And I'd say he was probably going for a score, Derek. It just dropped short. Bit of a scramble. Feakle did well to not cough up the score there, and a chance for him now to. I hope he goes along with this, because they're getting no joy off the sharp puck out.
6-5, Eire in front, and in the bridge it's 7-3 now in favour of Wolf Tones. That'll be okay from a Feakle point of view. That hasn't been turned around just yet. Ball is scrapping right there in the middle of the park once again. It's picked up and it is into Noon, and the man that's trying to come onto these on his hands and knees eventually gets it clear. Oisín Clune trying to break through the cover, wearing number 4. He's above the other side of the pitch, lays it off inside. They're trying to work this ball around. This could be an opportunity again, just on the 21 metre line. Foul committed outside there. Good work by the Feakle men inside, and Oisín O'Connor in particular, just really wriggling around that 21 metre line, inviting the foul to come free in front of the post, and this should be parity.
Yeah, this should be parity, and look, you have to take hats off to Feakle here, under pressure, without their talisman, county champions, and they're showing why they're county champions, because their work rate is savage. Like, they're second to a lot of these balls, because Eire are just so sharp at the moment, but yet Feakle have about chance to about level at a 6-all. That shows what work rate can do, Derek. And
Oisín Donlan is the man that will gladly do just that for his team, as he sends that ball straight between the posts. So we're level here in the park, 6 points apiece. We'll have our Patrick Burke-Minzer man of the match selection at the end of the contest as well. Lots and lots of early contenders emerging for that one. Lovely puck out it is from Dara Stack to find Robert Loftus, and a run off the shoulder. One straight off the training ground as Fionn Tracy sends the ball right into the corner, looking for Cleary over there once again, but it is tidied up. It's on 2. He has the ball, trying to come out, being tackled by the other Cleary. Luca and Marco both in this Eire full forward line right now, and they're really putting the pressure on the Feakle defenders, and the ball is broken to the one man you don't want it to break to. That's Shane O'Donnell. He's laying it off to Marco Cleary. What a brilliant bit of defending that is from the Feakle men. The Eire boys still there though with the ball, and it's fantastic stuff. Killian Ban, what a challenge that was from him, just to interrupt the play. Back it comes though. Danny Russell still there, still hunting and still scoring. They eventually do put something on the board, but when you see Shane O'Donnell looking at the whites of your goalkeeper's eyes, that can be panic time for many. He laid the ball off to Marco Cleary. Killian Ban followed the run all the way and executed a brilliant tackle back there.
It's not, I'd say in all the 13 years that I've been in love with Shane O'Donnell, I've never been critical. I don't think he should have popped it. He should have gone for goal himself. He gave Ban the chance. No, Ban did so well on Cleary, but I don't think O'Donnell, sometimes he's too unselfish.
Yeah, well, it still ended up in a score for Danny Russell, and it sends Eire back into the lead. And again, Owen O'Leary right on the stage. In fairness to him, he's one of these referees that when you see him blow the whistle, he's never any more than 10-15 yards away from the decision he's giving, and that's why you don't see players arguing with him either, because they know that they've been caught. 19 minutes gone in 6 Mile Bridge. It's Wolf Tones leading by 7 points to 4. Long ball. Again, it's Eire on the attack, breaking down. Cleary goes through, trying to go through the cover and sticks it in the back of the net.
No,
oh, penalty, is it?
He's given the penalty, and he blazed it wide, Derek, from like 4 yards. He did so well on the second ball.
21. Is he given? That's the penalty. He's given the penalty. Yeah,
it was
Marco Cleary going through.
Whip across him.
Thought the ball had ended up in the back of the net, but it's actually a penalty. We're coming back for the play. Marco had wheeled away in half celebration. Maybe he knew the penalty was coming. So this now, a big moment, and the marksman that is David Reedy, a fella that, if I'm not mistaken, represented Ireland in clay pigeon shooting. So he's very, very good in terms of being a marksman. And right now he's going to be facing Feakle's goalkeeper.
How do you come up with
who is
clay
Liam
pigeon
O'Connor.
shooting? That's a mystery to me now.
Research.
That's it, yeah.
David Reedy. with a penalty at the Cloister end of Zimmerbeim at Parkis Oak, his hometown here in Ennis. And looking at him right now is the man from Feakle, Liam O'Connor. We have 19 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock. Eire Og currently lead 7 points to 6. Oh, what a save! Outstanding save from Liam O'Connor inside in the Feakle goal. He dived out to his right-hand side and not only kept it out, but kept it out of danger as well. Didn't deflect it back out into the traffic. It's gone out for a 65. Really hit it. Maybe a nice height for the keeper. He still had to get across though. He still had to be strong, and he was brilliant.
Yeah, and I think you summarised it up perfectly. A nice height for the goalkeeper. He still had to save it. There was good power on it. But it was at that height that I would always call goalkeeper's height. You either go really high or you go really low. You don't be going in the middle of the area. Like, superb save, but David really fit his time back again. I'm sure he put it along the carpet.
Right now, Danny Russell has his time on the 65-metre line, so 2 goal chances in quick succession for Eire Og. Danny Russell got the point from play to make up for the last one. Let's see how the 65 goes. Absolutely spot on.
He's
is the answer from Danny Russell. Yeah.
Lovely striker of the ball. The way he lifted that, and he just floated it dead straight over the black spot. It's great to have a weapon like that in your arsenal, and obviously for Feakle, Shane McGrath's loss, but Oisin Donlan has stepped up to the plate with 3 frees.
7 points to 5, Tones in front, and it's 8 points to 6 here. Eire Og in front. This is how the group is shaping up on this Sunday afternoon. Ball down. Oisin Donlan goes up to try and whip it clear. It is instead in the noon and gets it one-handed. Just the pick-up was missed back there by Luca Cleary, and now it's Feakle still have the ball. Coming onto it there is Raymond Ban. Gives it out to his left-hand side. It's on 2. He's standing over there. The ball is dropping short and just drops across the goal and goes out to the right and wide. That really could have gone anywhere. It bounced just maybe 2-3 foot to the right-hand side of the post. I don't know, did Dara Stack know too much about it before it bounced? But again, look at that. His puck out zipped to the hand of Liam Curry, standing in the number 6 position. He delivers the ball inside. David Reedy has made the run, traps it. Ball goes to the ground. He'll have a chance to pick it up, and he does. And as he does so, he takes on Evan McMahon, tries to go by him, trying to draw the free, turns back onto his left-hand side and puts the ball across left and wide. Credit Evan McMahon, he stood him up.
And very good refereeing, because David Reedy, lovely first touch, but like he tried to buy the free from Owen O'Leary there. He went into contact himself and looked like he was being dragged, but O'Leary too long in the game to give the free.
What a take from Oisin Donlan, the captain, showing great leadership here for the Feakle men. Plays it inside. That's a good run now by Oisin O'Connor, bearing down out, playing across towards Oisin. There he is, gets it up, hits his hand and into the back of the net. Stevie Conway was the assist provider, and the finisher inside was Oisin O'Connor. The 2 men with white helmets in either corner of the Feakle full forward line. They've combined, and that is a big swing in this game. Penalty saved by below one end of the field by Liam O'Connor. Oisin goes and gets the goal at the other end. 1-6 Feakle, 8 points Eire Og, 22 minutes played.
Yeah, and credit to Stevie Conway, unselfish. He could have pulled the trigger himself. He didn't. He saw the man unmarked at the edge of the square, just popped it to him. The simplest to finish. But as you said, missed penalty one end, goal the other end, massive score for Feakle, and interesting to see how the Townies react.
Yeah, great bit of defending over there by Robert Loftus. Lovely little flick in to get the ball clear here now for Darren Maroney. Spins around, puts it over the head of Shane O'Donnell. The free didn't come. The Townie contingent in the stand underneath us here. You could hear him appealing for it. Patrick Daly trying to release the ball inside once again towards their goal scorer. Oisin O'Connor goes out over his head. Marshalling him back there is another than Kieran Russell. And Eire Og will look to get the puck out away quickly. And they do. To Aaron Fitzgerald. I'm not sure, does Owen O'Leary know the puck out has been taken just yet? His back was to the play. All that going on as the ball is spread over to the far side of the ground towards Shane O'Donnell. He just about failed to keep it in. He's contesting it. We're a far out now, to be fair. We're quite a way away from it. But it's the far over side of the ground. I thought it looked from here, to be fair, as if he had kept it in. But if I'm not mistaken, is that Kevin Curry doing line on the far side of the pitch? He was a lot closer than us.
He was, but Shane O'Donnell never objects to, like, he never does. So I take it that it was in, on Shane O'Donnell's body language alone.
If there was any of the other 29 players in the field, what would you say?
It was out.
It is out. It's a line ball to Feakle. That is the decision that has been taken, but it goes clear down the line towards Luca Cleary. Plays it inside. That is Robert Loftus going down along the far side of the ground to Darren Maroney, back about 50 metres out from the post. The ball is very high up into the air, and it's dropping into the hands of the waiting goalkeeper, and that of course is Liam O'Connor for Feakle. Sends it down this near side of the pitch once again. Feakle in front here in this contest, and they could be about to be extended once again, as that's a brilliant bit of play there from Patrick Daly. But he reacts and he responds and he retaliates, and the referee is going to throw the ball in.
the right punishment for him. He's won his free. What more does he want? No need to shove Aaron Fitzgerald, and no need to...
Second free one now again, this time by Oisin Donlan, and he's not happy with the challenge either as well, but he's just walking away from it, showing good experience, good leadership. He'll just take a knee here now, get a little bit of water, take his free, and this will be suiting Feakle right down to the ground, Derek. They're in front, 168 points, a clock that tells us 24 minutes gone, and they're trying to bring this game into the trenches around that middle third. They're two-man inside line with Stevie Conway and Oisin O'Connor, and to be fair to them, they're looking very comfortable at the moment.
They're looking very comfortable, and Oisin Donlan, years of experience there. Like, he didn't overturn the free. He's gone down to get assistance, get his side, get his troops and teammates a breather, and he'll get up, put down this free, and a chance to go 2 up. And Eire just seem a little bit rattled at the moment. It's probably the first time they've trailed in the entire championship, Derek, to be honest.
And I would suggest Clever as well from the Feakle physio to give the little sup of water to Owen O'Leary just to keep him on side on a very, very warm day here in Zimmerbayham at Parkis Oak. Down in 6 Mile Bridge, Tones leading the market by 8 points to 6. There's 26 minutes played in that one. We have just 25. So we're watching the Feakle captain, Oisin Donlan, just down here in front of us, striking in towards the Aldi end of Zimmerbayham at Parkis Oak and striking it straight between the posts. And all of a sudden, when we were saying that Eire looked like the team that were more comfortable, more in front, more everything, they're trailing by 2. It's Feakle in front, 178.
Yeah, and Oisin Donlan, in fairness, only the long-range free dropped short. He hasn't actually hit one wide, and, that's fair stepping up to the plate from your captain.
Across the ball comes here into the middle of the park. David Reedy coming onto the door, and Cahill making a run off the shoulder. Reedy looks up, decides he wants to go a little bit more direct, and he does, right into the corner to Marco Cleary, trying to pick that ball up from his toes, turning back off, flicking it around the corner, and he goes and takes it once again, flicks it off inside. Could be an opportunity. Referee says you threw the ball. Very, very definite from Owen O'Leary, in fairness to him. But the Feakle scramble defence, the hassling and harrying and work rate, like we saw it last night, that's what won the game for Ballyea down the stretch against Cratloe, and it's what you need to get. Complete and total honesty, and Feakle are just absolutely brimming with that.
Yeah, work rate, you said it, work rate, and again, work rate, and Feakle are just ravenous in that. They just will not back down, and they're reaping the rewards at the moment, because Eire have a lot of the hurling done, and yet they trail on the board.
Raymond Ban, is he going to extend the lead? Not with that one. It goes out to the left and wide, but again, great hassling and harrying over on that far side of the pitch, and the referee is coming across here to have a chat and give a yellow card, I think, to the Eire physio. Yeah, Neil McCarthy is being... is that Neil down there, I think? Yeah.
He stepped onto the pitch.
I thought physios could do that.
This
very hard to treat a fella from the sideline. Like.
Yeah, and like 1 foot onto the pitch doesn't really need the game to be stopped, and it's a bit of a silly rule, to be honest.
Robert Loftus gets the ball short from the puck out. Eire going short with most of them. Feakle happy enough to let them do that. Then try and release it down the line, make them play in the extremities, and once again try to find Shane O'Donnell. They're frustrating, aren't they? The Feakle defenders are frustrating a lot of the Eire sharpshooters.
They are, and Adam Hogan is sitting in the pocket like he's not deviating, we'll say, from the edge of the D. So if Eire can't really go down the middle, they have to go wide, because if you're going down the middle, Hogan is going to hoover it up. You take it into contact, Hogan's going to overturn you. So it's all left and right for Eire, and at the moment it's just not firing from.
Line ball taken down the line once again, and overworking hard at the moment there is Luca Cleary. But again, it's Feakle to come away with it. How many of these ruck balls are they driving clear? But fantastic work out there from Con Smith. Late hit on him. They'll continue on with the play. They'll try and extend the lead. That ball is flying towards the post. It's going left and wide. So I'd imagine we'll come back for the free. And there's going to be a chat as well with Liam Corrie. It was a late enough hit now, it must be said, to be fair, on Con Smith as he came out with that ball. I don't think the colour of the card will match the helmet, but it'll certainly be his first cousin.
It'll match the colour of the Feakle jerseys, yeah, absolutely, and deservedly so. It was a late hit. And Eire just seem a bit rattled at the moment, and it's the first time, as I said, in the championship that they've looked a bit just, out of their normal sync, their normal shape, and credit to Feakle, because they've just brought a savage work rate to the park here today, and Eire are just not matching the work rate at the moment.
Latest score from 6 Mile Bridge, where they're about to go to half time. A minute or so left there. Wolftones 11, Newmarket 6. So we'll get the story of that half during our break here as well. But right now it's Feakle 1-7, Eire 8 points. The champions by 2 with 90 seconds plus the additional time to go. And concern, I think, out there now for Con Smith on a warm day. Very difficult to get your breath back.
Can you feel the drama building up though, Derek? We're ahead of the bridge, which means if it continues in this pattern, the whistle will be gone below on 6 Mile Bridge before it will be here. This could get really interesting yet, especially the fact that Wolftones are leading by 5.
Yeah, and of course that's a relegation decider as well in terms of the playoffs there. So the Blues at the moment look destined for that particular scrap, and we'll have to be tidying up all the standings and all the rest of it as the afternoon wears on, who will be meeting who and who's in which pot and all the rest of it. This is the business end of the TUS Clare Senior Hurling Championship. This is what it's all been building towards. Right now, Oisín Donlan is just past the midway line here in Zimmerbeim at Park Yesog as he looks away to his left-hand side at the moment, striking that ball once again towards the old scoreboard end, and the umpire has the hand up to the head as he says the ball has gone straight between the posts. And yeah, the usual efficiency you got from Shane McGrath is certainly been taken up by Oisín Donlan, and all of a sudden Feakle lead 188 points.
And full value for it, because I think it was the penalty save ignited the charge. Townie seemed to down tools after the penalty.
Oisín Donlan over there, I should say. What a brilliant bit of leadership from him to turn over the ball. Gets it back from Patrick Daly, lets it off in towards the corner. Once again up to go for it. It's going to be taken out there by Stevie Conway. He's at a very tight angle. He tried to clip it, but there was a little touch on it, and he gives a thumbs up to the umpire as much as to say, well done for spotting that one. It's going to be a 65 once again. It's going to be Oisín Donlan territory. And for all the hurling that Eire did in that first quarter of the contest, we're possibly looking at a situation where they'll go to the break 4 behind.
Yeah, and like if you go back to 17, 18 minutes into it, there's no way you'd have said Eire are going to be 4 down at the break. They, Feakle were living on scraps, but their shooting efficiency was keeping them in touch. I did say they'd been in Eire's scoring zone 3 times, come away with 3 scores. But since the penalty save, they've really just dominated Feakle. And their first every breaking ball, and there they seemed the team hunting in packs, and Eire just seem a bit lackadaisical. Probably, I think Anthony Daly said that there's safety in, or there's seduction in safety. You're being, just the fact that they're in the quarter final. I don't know, do they have that drive that's required for a championship hurling here today?
Well, Oisín Donlan certainly has. He puts that 65 over the bar, and it's Feakle 1-9, Eire 8 points, 31 minutes on the clock. Puck out is long, right down the throat of it once again. Adam Hogan goes out there to take up Shane O'Donnell. Ball pops out of the hand there of Mark O'Cleary, and it's going to be Feakle who come away with it. And again, a chop is seen by Owen O'Leary back there as Adam Hogan is just really starting to direct operations in that Feakle defence. And bear in mind, as we keep saying, a freshening breeze blowing in favour of Eire that will come for Feakle in the second half. And again, they've got the puck out. The free is taken short. It's worked out to the far side of the pitch, and it's stuck straight over the bar. And it's that man again, Oisín Donlan, their captain, that is absolutely driving everything they're doing. 5 frees, a 65 and 1 from play. 7-point haul for him out of their 110 tally. He's certainly doing his part, no doubt about it. Doing his part right now out there is Oisín Clune. Looks out here. That is their centre back, Owen Toohey. Oh, lovely reverse pass inside. And who is it? It's that man once again. It's Oisín Donlan. The ball is high, and it's just gone out to the left and wide. That would have been it would have been a rip-roaring score, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been fantastic, especially the flick past him. But that was the first time that he had too much time, and a poor wide. But look, it's credit to Feakle. 1-9 to 110 now. That's incredible. No, I think 1-9. I have it, Terry. Can you hear the scoreboard saying 110?
110 to 8 is, I think, what it is. Yeah, that's correct. As the ball is switched all the way across, it's Oisín over there trying to come onto it. Mark O'Cleary is trying to break down through the cover, but once again, Feakle absolutely tearing back, but taking him to ground. That's going to be a free in. Ger Conway doesn't agree with it here underneath us. The description is quite vague, and it's not vague at all, actually. It's very direct from what he thought of that one. It's half time down in 6 Mile Bridge. Wolf Tones leading there by 11 points to 7.
That's massive for Wolf Tones. 4 points to lead. I don't know, will it, the way Feakle are performing, will it be enough to get them into a quarter final of the championship? But they take huge satisfaction in securing their status 1, but sending the market to the relegation series 2. Danny Russell there, just tapping
Danny
over
Russell
that free.
with the free, so Eire do respond. It had been quite a long time since we saw a score for the Eire men. It's 110 to 9 now, 4 between them with the puck out to come. I'd imagine this will signal the last play of the game. We've played 3 minutes of additional time. Indeed, it certainly does. So it's half time here in Zimmerbeim at Park Yesog as Feakle head to the dressing room with the breeze to come in the second half. Not that ever won a game for anybody, but it never harmed you either. Feakle 110, Eire 9 points.
Yeah, and they're all going to have a chat with themselves in the dressing room. They've completely switched off, especially the second quarter. I mean, you go to, after 17 minutes, Derek did 7 points. So they've basically scored Eire 2 points in 16 minutes of hurling. That's not enough to win any senior match. That wouldn't be enough to win an intermediate game. So Eire, they'd want to go in. They're in a quarter final, but you want to come out and make a statement, really, for the second half.
Just to correct that, if Feakle win here, the this afternoon. They topped the table.
They topped the table, yeah. Yeah. But Eire are automatically in the quarter-final regardless.
Yeah, so it's Eire on 4, Feakle on 3, Tones on 1.
And
so
I think
Eire
that's
can
playing
be
into
caught.
Eire's second quarter performance, the fact that they're in a quarter-final, that there's nothing at stake here for them, because Feakle are ravenous in the tackle, hunting in packs, and their shooting efficiencies off the charts at the moment. Very, very solid performance. Eire, that second quarter, very, very poor, Derek. Very poor.
It's half-time here. It is the Feakle men in front by 110 to 9 points. We'll take a very quick break on Clare GATV. We'll do something similar on your radio as well, but we've much more chat to come. Do stay with us.
Cuddy Hurleys, premium handcrafted hurleys trusted by top players worldwide. We deliver exceptional quality and performance to hurling enthusiasts in Ireland and across the globe. Join the best and elevate your game with our expertly crafted hurleys. Telephone 087 207 2999.
David Reedy, the Grove Bar and Restaurant in Rosslevin. Our commentary sponsors this afternoon, as it's Danny Russell that strikes that ball to the line to David McNamara. He's on the 45-metre line. Out it comes, standing on the sideline here is Danny Russell. Look at the arc on that one. As ahead, looking for the diminutive and brilliant Shane O'Donnell. Lovely run, taking it on by Cahill once again. That is a score of real quality from Eire. Metre line, his men left and right decides to go over to the far side of the ground to David Reedy. He stands and just flicks the wrists and just puts it over. He's got the ball, just wouldn't come up to him first time. Now he can put on the afterburners. Oisin O'Connor from a very tight angle splits the post for the Feakle men. Right now it was Darren Maroney, the man initially, but the ball goes clear and it is Ronan O'Connor that has it for Feakle. There's a fair bit of determination behind. Let's see, the man with the black helmet comes and strikes it, and again he's measured it brilliantly, hasn't he? And just
never deviated, did it?
No,
like
around the neck. O'Donnell steps back and slaps that ball goalwards and puts it between the posts. The bridge 6-4 here. That's the latest score right now. It might be about to change because there's Patrick Daly with a shot from distance. A simple enough score. Win the break off. Back it comes though. Danny Russell still there, still hunting and still scoring. They eventually do put run now by Oisin O'Connor, bearing down out, playing across towards Oisin. There he is. Gets it up, hits his hand and into the back of the net. Stevie Conway towards the Aldi end of Zimmer Biomet Park Isog and striking it straight between the posts. And all of a sudden, when we were saying that here away to his left hand side at the moment, striking that ball once again towards the old scoreboard end, and the umpire has the hand up.
Probably, I think Anthony Daly said that there's safety in, or there's seduction in safety. You're being, just the fact that they're in the
breeze blowing in favour of Eire that will come for Feakle in the second half. And again, they've got the puck out. The free is taken shot.
Cuddy Hurleys, premium handcrafted hurleys trusted by top players worldwide. We deliver exceptional quality and performance to hurling enthusiasts in Ireland and across the globe. Join the best and elevate your game with our expertly crafted hurleys. Telephone 087 207 2999. Cuddy Hurleys, premium handcrafted Hurleys trusted by top players worldwide. We deliver exceptional quality and performance to hurling enthusiasts in Ireland and across the globe. Join the best and elevate your game with our expertly crafted Hurleys. Telephone 087 207 2999.
Adopt that Feakle mentality of roll up your sleeves and get on with it, the better they'll all be, Derek Lynch.
To see if there's any changes in terms of their starting 15 for this second period. Doesn't appear to be out there in the Madden, whereas 18 he started the game. 25 is Con Smith, he was there as well, so looks like it as you were from a Feakle perspective. We're waiting for Eire to make their way back out. That's the young Feakle Killanena stars taking the adulation of the crowd down here to our right hand side as they make their way back into their seat. Fantastic to see them. The scoreboard says Feakle 1 goal and 10 points, Eire 9. So as it stands on the board, a 4-point lead for them. Owen O'Leary outside, coming over here to this near side for the sideline officials' duties this second half is Kevin Curry. Somebody needs a new Hurley out there as well. So yeah, the scoreboard we have verified is correct. So 110-9, Feakle in front, and Eire with a little bit of work to do now. Moving quarter, third quarter, it could tell a lot.
Yeah, Eire have to, they have to make a statement here. They were my pick for the championship 35 minutes ago. If you ask me now where you want my 10 euro, it wouldn't be.
See how lethal your kiss of death is. That's why I grimaced when you said about Kilmurray. But anyway,
no. Look, Eire have to come out and make a statement. They really do. Yes, they're in the quarter final, but as I said, sure, that seduction of safety. That was a phrase Anthony Daly used. And you can be just not at it when you know that you're in the quarter final already, but you're not seeded. Now, being seeded doesn't make a difference when Eire, Kilmurray, Ballyea and 6 Mile Bridger in pot 2. Yeah. It's not going to be easy.
Would you be better off?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but I've no doubt that Jerry O'Connor isn't looking at that. Like, you want to win the championship, but you want to go through it unbeaten if you can too. I'm sure Eire are going to come out here and in this third quarter show what they're made of. Because if they don't, it's a long wait for the quarter final to make amends for it. And momentum is key. Like, momentum is a huge thing in hurling. You don't want to be going into quarter final on the back of a defeat against a team minus their goalkeeper and minus the club player of the year. That doesn't say much for your chances.
Change for Eire in the second half. Number 25 is Tom Kavanagh. He's onto the field, and it would look as if perhaps Luca Cleary is the man that has made way. We'll confirm that in just a very, very quick moment. And there's messages here for you, Derek, after your little Ramesh there, and I'll tell you about it after the game.
The
ball
lovely.
has been thrown in. It's Owen O'Leary getting this second half back underway, and it's Feakle driving forward through into Noonan, heading towards the Cloister end of Zimmer-Bymet Park Isog, but reading that like a book. The brilliant Aaron Fitzgerald takes that ball down, but over carries, all because of the momentum and all because of the pressure. And all because of the second retaliation we've seen from Feakle after winning a free. I think Owen O'Leary is going to turn this one over.
I think he's going to throw the ball in, and I think he should, because there is absolutely no need. No, he's not going to overturn it this time.
I think he is. I think he's looking for them to line up for it. He was looking for the ball to be thrown back into him there from Joe
and
Mullins.
look, that's very good refereeing, because Feakle had that free one. No need for that silliness.
And now it's a free out for Eire.
And there could be a change now. This could be a change.
Such a simple turnover.
Yeah. Look,
as a manager, wouldn't you be gone ballistic?
Absolutely, you should be 5 ahead. Now, if Eire go down the field here from this free and stick the ball in the back of the net, that's just
clever.
The
referee's back was turned, so there's no recourse. What happened there?
Kevin Curry saw it.
What happened there was Dara Stack tried to take the free quickly, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Oisin O'Connor who has ran to the safety here of the sideline. No, Stevie Conway, in fact, has ran to the safety here of the sideline after flicking the ball away from him to stop the quick free from being taken. And now Dara Stack would instead have to launch it down long, and it looks as if Feakle are dropping back that +1 or whatever you want to call it. Dara Stack will try and take it quickly to Liam Curry out over the head. It's been a very, very messy opening 90 seconds.
I don't even know how to comment on that 90 seconds, but everything that could go wrong for either side, or everything that they could do wrong, they have just done wrong, including the goalkeeper there taking a short flick over to a fella and on the sideline. So the sideline's an extra defender in hurling if you're cute enough. If you usher people out to that touchline, you can use it as an extra defender. That's kamikaze hurling. But look, they've won the ball back. Yeah,
the little short line ball routine didn't work. There's lots of little flicks going in there as the ball is in a very, very tidy area. Killian Band, the man trying to break through, tried to find Ronan O'Connor there, but it's broken down. Dan Maroney has a long ball into the corner, looking there for Marco Cleary, just goes out over his head. He bounces back up onto the ground, and it's into Madden is the man that'll come away with it. Gets the call behind him there from Liam O'Connor. Brilliant penalty save from him in that first half. Across to Evan McMahon. Nice little ball outside here looking for Con Smith. He eventually does get it up. Feakle maybe overdoing it a small little bit here. The ball is taken up, and it's Shane O'Donnell. Danny Russell's peeling off inside. He's trying to play the ball in towards him. O'Donnell goes back to look for his hurley. Ball put across towards Marco Cleary. Takes a little step inside and puts it into the back of the net. And now Eire are starting to punish from a Feakle point of view as that ball eventually ends up into the back of the net. A free turned over down here. A loose ball out here gathered up by Shane O'Donnell. Marco Cleary allowed to drift in unmarked. It's all simple stuff.
It is, except one thing, Derek Lynch. Genius from Danny Russell. Because when Shane O'Donnell popped him that slitter, he didn't take it in his hand. He just brick flicked it 20 yards across into Cleary's path. And I wanted that ball to hit the net, because to me that's one of the best goals, team goals you'll see, because of Danny Russell's ingenuity, his unselfishness, and his just hurling IQ. Instinctive game played for, that was brilliant from Danny Russell. Absolute brilliant.
Great catch from the puck up by Aaron Fitzgerald, won his free, and there was a little bit of afters then as well, as the championship bite really starts to come to this game here in Zimmer-Bymet Park Isog. So our referee Owen O'Leary is going over to the chat there with Joe Mullins to see exactly what transpired, or what was his view of how things might have gone in that particular passage of play. But big score there now for Eire. We're back to a 1 point game.
Yeah, massive score. And look, one of my favourite goals, I know, but it was just the way Shane O'Donnell broke the tackle, popped it to Russell, and the way that Russell just used the hurley, didn't put the slitter into his hand, brick flicked it 20 yards across the square to Cleary unmarked, who had the presence of mind to step inside the defender, shorten the grip, and just dispatch it to the net. Okay. A fantastic goal.
Owen O'Leary now is having a fairly stern conversation down there, I think, with Arden Fitz and David Reedy. There was a frontal challenge, I think, is what he's indicating down there. So we'll be watching the result of this conversation very, very intently indeed. It's going on for a while.
Yeah, usually when they talk that long, it'll be a yellow.
Yeah, he'd be
Usually.
hoping it is any. Is it David Reedy now he's talking to as well? Yeah, so he's just telling everybody to go away, have the chat. Let's watch this one. Liam Curry is on the yellow, and that is a yellow card shown there. So, red.
Second yellow.
Second yellow, wow. Eire down to 14 in the absolute blink of an eye. It's Arden Fitzgerald has been shown the second yellow card, and he has been sent off. What a big moment in this game after an already big moment with the Marco Cleary goal. So 4 minutes gone second half. Aaron Fitz with a second yellow card. Eire having to reshuffle. Oren Cahill being told to go back and mind the house a little bit. Aaron Fitz walking off fairly dejected here towards his Banish door. Jerry O'Connor 110 to 1-9. It is still Feakle in front. Arden Fitz plays no more part in this game as Jerry O'Connor's gaze is averted elsewhere as Arden Fitz walks out past him. So Eire really up against the ropes now. Will Feakle respond to this one? In 6 Mile Bridge 13-9. Wolf Tones leading in that contest. David Reedy lets the ball rip away down the field, down towards Danny Russell, trying to lie back into Evan McMahon. Good defending from Evan. Great to see him back after that injury last year. Curtailed his involvement in their championship winning campaign. Cleary searching for goal, searching for more scores, still going by, trying to get away from Adam Hogan. Not easy, impossible in fact on this occasion as the ball is taken off him, and it's taken away by Raymond Ban back in his own 45 metre line. Lets the ball away down the pitch. Eire still trying to provide that cover back there. First touch here from the man wearing 25, Tom Kavanagh. Nice little 1-2 work there with Kieran Russell. He's been fouled late as well. Referee Owen O'Leary, I think, is just getting afraid of this game getting away from him. He's trying to control it, isn't he?
Yeah, you nailed it just perfectly. I think the referee is trying too hard here to lay down a marker. Yes, it was a free, but they could have just played advantage.
The referee is limping as well.
Yeah.
Watch his right leg. I don't think he's overly comfortable on it. So Stevie Conway is going to go into the book for his challenge there on Russell.
Eire have regrouped anyway. They've dropped Oren Cahill back into the kind of 6 role, and Loftus is going to go back into the full back kind of position. That's the way they've alternated it, and they're keeping 4 up and 3 here in the middle of the field. So they're playing with a 4-man inside line basically, trying to create space out the third, and they have their defensive shape organised.
It is really starting to heat up. The 2 number 8s are doing battle here underneath us as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Right now we'll keep an eye on Dara Stack taking this free just outside his own 45 metre line. Already Eire are starting to go for the crossbar on this particular free. It's drifting all the way across, though it's breaking down, hunting around for it there, trying to pick it up. It is Darren O'Brien has also been introduced, if I'm not mistaken, down there. The number 13 comes on for this second half as well. So Eire bringing the changes up front, but right now Feakle are very much in control. Patrick Daly carries the ball out, gets the hand pass clear to Ronan O'Connor, just absolutely drives it into the corner, and it's going to be going all the way out over the Tulla Harty Cup winning captain, of course. Ball goes out over the end line. It's going to be a puck out once again, and Eire are eager to get on with it, and it's over on the far side of the ground. Liam Curry's the man that's free, stands up, plays the ball into the centre, into the hands of Darren O'Brien. He'd release it down the line. That's David Reedy just on the 45 metre line on the far side of the pitch. Quality score from David Reedy, and right now the sides are level at 110 apiece. We've 7.5 gone second half.
Yeah, poor score for quality score from David Reedy, quality score from Eire's point of view. But what are Feakle at there, Derek? They have a man up. They allowed Eire to take a short puck out. That is criminal. That is absolutely criminal to allow Eire to pop that puck out short to the wing back. He popped it to Reedy, he popped it over the bar. That should be pressed up. You should be forcing Eire to go along, especially when you have the extra man, and draw the numbers down on top of you. It's a simple game, but that was criminal stuff from Feakle.
Feakle are going for their goal scorer, Owen McGann. He's going to come onto the pitch very shortly indeed. Speaking of goal scorers, Shane O'Donnell releases Oren Cahill down this near side of the pitch. Adam Hogan just tries to stand him up. Cahill turns around, gets a runner through the middle, and what a runner it is. It's Darren Maroney. He's going to start to bear down on goal. He's on the 21, pops it inside. This is Danny Russell. What a finish from Danny Russell. What a run from Maroney, what a ball in to find him, what a team score from Eire, and what a bit of retaliation inside in the square as well. It's all happening here in Zimmerbeim at Parkis Oak. Eire are leading right now by 210 to 110. We've played 8.5 minutes of the second half. Wolf Tones are leading by 2 points down in 6 Mile Bridge, 13 points to 11. The county champions need to get to grips with this, and we could have a man in trouble here from an Eire point of view. Owen O'Leary is coming out to have a chat. Bit of afters going on here in the pitch. You never like to see this now. There's a Feakle Minter here squaring up to Shane O'Donnell. Leave it to the players on the pitch. That all bravado,
he should be like
bravado macho stuff has no place in the game. That's all nonsense. And I hope he's going to be dealt with here. Yeah, that's ridiculous stuff.
It's
ridiculous stuff.
It's no good. I hope it's a red myself, to be honest.
No, it's a yellow, but it should be. Just to lay down a marker. That's all nonsense to be going on with now. Minter's going onto the pitch having a go at players. The players do whatever they like. The referee would deal with that. This game really starting to bubble, as we say. 2-10 to 1-10.
Feakle, their own architects, Derek.
Yeah.
I did highlight it. I mean, they allowed Eire to take a short puck out and you have 15v14. You can't be doing that.
Oh, brilliant takedown from the air. Who else but their captain, Oisín Donlan, gets the ball down, and it is a score for the Feakle men to respond. That's a really, really good strike of the ball there from Ronan O'Connor, a fantastic leader himself. Feakle respond. It's Eire 2-10, Feakle 1-11 in the bridge. It's Tones 13 points, Newmarket 11. Long ball struck there from Dara Stack down into the corner. It goes over towards the goal scorer, Marco Cleary. He takes off for a run down the far side of the pitch, turns inside, back onto his right, and from a tidy angle, that ball's gone over. That's a quality score. This game is really starting to heat up. It's quality stuff. It's total knockout.
Yeah, it is. And look, go back to the goal. Oren Cahill, you know, you have to get it off him. He was here on the touchline, zipped the ball lovely, 25-yard diagonal straight to Darren Maroney. Oceans of space in front of him. And again, you'd have to ask questions of the Feakle defence when you have an extra man. How is the centre unmarked like that? Maroney could pop through the centre and unselfishly popped it to Russell. What a finish into the top corner. And you said I gave the Townies the kiss of death. I beg to differ, Derek Lynch.
There's enough to be listening to, I told you so, most days of the week, besides having it here as well.
I know, anyway, but you can't say much to me when we're live, so it's great.
Ball is pucked out from Liam O'Connor. Feakle have gone to the, or Eire have gone to the bench. Aidan McGrath has come onto their team. Coming onto this ball right now is Robert Loftus, far side of the ground. Left hand on top, goes by the challenger. Killian Ban goes to the ground. Soft enough, I'd suggest. He kind of lied into him. Killian was just standing there and could do very, very little to pull out of it.
Yeah, in fairness, it's a soft enough free. And Oisín Donlan come up. Look, Feakle are still in this game. They have an extra man. They're only down a score. But, like, yeah, you have to be impressed with the Townies. Their reaction since half time. The opening 90 seconds was a bit kamikaze stuff from both, but now it's settled. Some champagne hurling going on here, Derek. Some great scores.
Also coming on to the Feakle team has Conor McCann has made his way onto the pitch as well. So Ger Conway just trying to settle things down, just change things up. And here comes Danny Russell with the free between the 265s on the far side of the ground. It's dropping in, and it's well taken inside. Good hands there from Liam O'Connor. He dispatches the ball to this near side of the pitch. Up they go for trying to win it. That's a good handling again from Inda Noonan. Reverses back around. Someone has lost to Hurley. It's not Inda Noonan's. He has given the ball out here once again. That's a great bit of play from Ronan O'Connor. Transferring the ball inside. Great hands there from Stevie Conway. Picks the ball up and sticks it over. Quality score. Really, really good score from a Feakle perspective. They've responded well to that goal. They've got the next two scores. It's Eire 2-11. It's Feakle 1-12. 12 gone second half.
Yeah, lovely work score. Diagonal balls, both crossfield, left and right. But allowing Eire again, Derek, they allowed Eire the quick puck out. That has engineered a free. Danny Russell's probably going to come out and nail it over the bar. And that's simple stuff because you have the extra man. You cannot be allowing Eire win the short puck out.
But even the concession of these frees, just it stops the game. It kills the momentum. It takes 30-40 seconds off the clock by the time Danny Russell actually hits the free. So it's really, really clever game management from their perspective. 2-11 to 1-12. The Grove Bar and Restaurant in Rosslevin, our commentary sponsors. Zimmer Biomet, of course, supporting Clare GATV for this year's campaign as well, as we watch Danny Russell with the free. The last one just dropped short. This one won't be dropping short. It won't be dropping over either, will it? No, it just goes out to the left-hand side and wide. 2-11, 1-12. 13 gone second half, and after a really, really hectic opening 10 or so to this new period, it's just settled down again a little bit. But we do expect the sparks to fly very, very shortly indeed. Inda Madden came out to this near sideline to take that ball, gives it to Adam Hogan. He had to stretch to get it. Again, David Reedy and Madden battling, and the free is going in.
Yeah, in fairness, I think O'Leary's right. I think Madden stopped David Reedy from going to tackling the ball carrier and shoved him to the floor, and it's a third man tackle and it's a free. It's good officiating.
Yeah, and Madden has his head and his hands down there. He's probably going to agree with it, I suppose, in fairness to him. But it's going to be a free in. And again, you know, it's these little mini moments from a Feakle perspective. Now, at the moment, they're safe enough as to how things stand because it's Tones just winning now by a point. 13 points to 12 down in 6 Mile Bridge, but it's certainly getting worry. It's certainly getting wordy, shall we say, down there. And it's Danny Russell is the man that's going to take the free just on the 45-metre line. Ger Conway prowling the line here underneath us. Kevin Curry between him and Danny Russell at the moment, and Russell sticks that ball over. It was always going to be the case, but again, it's another 30-40 seconds taken off the clock, and now Eire can set up to defend the puck out.
They can, and they lead by 3. Now, look, Feakle have options left and right here. They can go to 2 or 4. They're both on mark with the puck out, and I'd imagine he should go short, but he's gone down straight down the middle, Derek, which is just not good. That's into Eire traffic.
Evan McMahon was making a run to the far side. He'd all the ground over there if they'd wanted to work that one short. Oshin Donnan is battling away for that one. Robert Loftus is coming out with it here to Oren Cahill down this near side of the pitch. Dinks a lovely ball into the hand of David Reedy. Reedy looks up and he finds a runner inside. It's a nice bit of control to give it back to Reedy. Not sure was that meant. The finish though is just off. Danny Russell's miscontrol looked like a pass as far as David Reedy. The ball though went left and wide. 2-12-1-12. It's Eire in front, and in the bridge it's Woltones 13 points to market 12. Eire going to the bench. Connor Perrill, another one of these really, really highly rated players coming on right now. It's Oshin Donnan with the ball. Nobody's taken away from him again. It's Darren Maroney. He's a real busy little dynamo around that middle third for the Townies. Ball is out here now again to Robert Loftus, looking up down the line. A load of space for Adam Hogan to run into. He's there with Oren Cahill. This is a race between the two of them. Hogan wins it, gets the ball up at the second time of asking, looks behind him. There's his goalkeeper Liam O'Connor. He pings the ball out here into the hand of Inda Noonan, just went to the ground, had to take it at the second time of asking again. Feakle just overdoing it a little bit again. Remember, they're playing with an extra man. Arden Fitzgerald sent off on that second yellow card. Back it comes to Liam O'Connor. Now he lets rip down the pitch, trying to hit the 45, but incredibly a 14-man Eire have a spare man back there in the form of Fionn Tracy, and now they can start to work it through the lines once again. Robert Loftus takes it on the 45. Good bit of width offered over here on this near side of the pitch by the wing back Rian Mulcahy. Takes it into the centre. Kieran Russell trying to break through the tackle, storming forward up towards the 45. Working back deep to win that ball is Tom Kavanagh, just behind his own 45. Shane O'Donnell robbed there by Owen Toohey. Gets the ball to ground, and now the little turnover is on, and that is Conor McGann trying to go through. It's taken away from him. Feakle appealing for the free. They're not happy down on the sideline. Long ball is transferred right down again. It's David Reedy trying to run in behind. Can he pick it up? 2 Feakle men with him. He's tackled around the neck. He has the advantage. Reedy's going, lays it off inside. It's going to come across. It's Danny Russell. It's in the net, and that's a brilliant team score from Eire. All coming from a contested free. Feakle felt down here to our left-hand side, but when they had the runners over, savage work. Darren O'Brien, such composure. Across it came to Danny Russell, low into the bottom corner. We said it before the game. Eire have been putting up some unbelievable scores in this championship. They now lead here by 6. 3-12 to Feakle's 1-12. That's 6 between them. There's 1 point between them in 6 Mile Bridge. We're very much looking, Derek, at calculators very shortly.
Yeah, and what are Feakle doing, Derek Lynch? Absolutely. 15 men against 14, and the last 2 goals have come from runs straight down the spine, straight down the centre, and you have an extra man. It's baffling to me what Feakle are at.
They're trying to respond. It's Ronan O'Connor. It was Oshin Donnan again, brilliant on the puck out, but Ronan has been adjudged to have overcarried the ball. But in fairness, you have to give it to the Feakle captain. After every goal, the next puck out has been his. He has won the ball in the air. He's trying his level best out there. You certainly can't fault his effort as they now go to the bench. Coming onto the field, as we mentioned, is the man that knows where the goals are. He got it here in the county final last year. That is Owen McGann. He'll go over into a wing forward position, and we're just going to have a quick look around to see who's going to make way. That'll be happening very shortly indeed here underneath us, and it is actually Inda Noonan is the man that's coming off. So Owen McGann in, Inda Noonan off, free out for Eire just beyond their own D. 3-12, 1-12, they lead Feakle here. 18 minutes gone, second half. Ball drops down around the 21 metre line. It's a breaking ball. Perrill almost involved immediately. Evan McMahon does well and got a little slap across the hand as well. Just an accidental one. It's one of those that happens in contact, to be fair. Free out for Feakle, who now need to respond if they want to make sure of it, and actually it's going in their favour in 6 Mile Bridge because it's gone level there, Tones and Newmarket. But remember, the draw will keep Tones up. That'll put Newmarket into the relegation, so a lot to sort out in the next 10 minutes or so.
Look at Adam Hogan's delivery. Finally, they've got a bit of wit in their attack, and they'll probably get a score from it.
Stevie Conway.
No. Yeah.
Does.
Yeah.
Puts it
and
over.
You see,
that's
Derek
a good score.
Lynch, they've been Feakle have been going down the middle. Like when you're a man up, it's just, that's crazy stuff, because Eire have condensed the middle, because obviously you're protecting the goal when you're down a man. So Feakle need to be opening up the pitch. Adam Hogan's the first one to do it. Conway benefits, they get a score.
Dara Stack with the puck out once again. It's down into the direction of Shane O'Donnell. What a leap that is from O'Donnell. Had a look at the goalpost, tries to go by the tackle, wins his free. He's just made out of elastic, this fella.
Yeah, special elastic, magical stuff. What a catch, what a take, what a winning a free. And again, as you say, good game management here. Danny Russell will probably take 40 seconds to come out it, another 20 seconds to hit it. It's another minute killed when you're down a man and up by 5. Townies are impressive in this second half, Derek.
Unless my notes are wrong, of the 3-12 Eire have scored, 3 points have been contributed through Shane O'Donnell and David Reedy. 2 for Reedy, 1 for O'Donnell. We keep saying it, like, if they click and start scoring and adding to what they're doing, they might do it now. It's a free taken quickly by Danny Russell to find Shane O'Donnell. Back it comes to Russell once again, and he sticks it over. No, he doesn't. It goes wide. It is a point. Now, is 65? Lads, what is it? Will you make a decision inside?
I think the referee has decided it's a 65. The 2 umpires...
They weren't overly sure, were they?
No, they could have stayed in Whitegate for that call anyway.
Ball is going to be a 65 out here, and again Danny Russell will come out and he'll take his time in doing so. The clock ticking down all the time. 19 minutes gone, second half. 3-12 for Eire.
I'd say you could be getting your calculators out the way this is going, because Eire seem to be continuing and Feakle are completely at sea. They might be up a man, but they're down 5, and I'd imagine Russell will tap this 65 over the way he can, and it'll be a 6-point gap.
14 points apiece it is down on the bridge with 7.5 minutes left to go. So as you say, they're going to be coming to their conclusion before us, unless they have a heap of injury time to play. But Newmarket actually gone in front now, so that one will suit the Feakle men. No doubt they have an eye on that below underneath us here. So that will put Tones into the relegation battle. Newmarket into third and finish their season. Feakle will be second and Eire will be first. That's how it's panning out right now. Danny Russell, as ever, sticks the ball between the posts. He's the most consistent free taker you could ask for.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a Shane McGrath v Danny Russell free taking competition here today. It certainly hasn't. We've had outstanding penalty saves. We've had some magical goals, full-blooded contest, 2 yellow cards. What more do you want on a Sunday afternoon?
16 points to 14. Newmarket have turned it around down in 6 Mile Bridge. They lead Wolf Tones. Connor Perrell breaking out with the ball for Eire on the 65 metre line. Again an angle ball looking there for Russell. Evan McMahon with him does really well. Breaks it behind him. Adam Hogan getting wrapped up there by Marco Cleary. No question about that particular free out for Feakle. And in fairness to Liam O'Connor, he's making a run out to the far side of the pitch, telling Adam Hogan, give it to me. No, he lets it rip instead, right down into that full forward line. Lovely touch on the hurley. That is a class score if it goes over from Stevie Conway. That's brilliant. Just killed the ball stone dead on the boss of the hurley, into the palm, straight between the posts. Simple score. 3-13 Eire, 1-14 Feakle.
Yeah, look, Feakle won't roll up or give up here. They're going to go all the way to the last few minutes, but they're just... You have to ask questions of their use of the ball, the way they've set up since Eire have been down a man. And, since Eire and a man sent off, Eire have taken over, and that shouldn't be the case, Derek Lynch. 15v14, you should be, Eire should be putting out all the fires, where it's Feakle putting out the fires at this stage.
Owen Daly is making his way on to the Feakle team, and I think that looks like Killian Ban that's going to be making his way off, and the Townies have gone to the bench as well. Niall McMahon is the man that has come into their defence. He's out just here very, very close to the sideline, obviously setting up for a puck-out routine. Instead, the ball goes long, away down the pitch, looking for Shane O'Donnell. That's as much of a routine as you need a lot of the time, and he wins the ball and wins the free. That's the second time he has done just that. Leaders on either side of the pitch. In fairness, as I keep saying about Oisin Donlan, he is that target. O'Donnell then is making himself the target out here. So selfless, taking the punishment. He's looking out the line, telling them, lads, they're flicking hurleys there at me all the time, but he has seen that so many times.
Yeah, and again, you go back to the economy of effort it took, like just a long puck out down on top of Shane O'Donnell, similar to Feakle down on top of Oisin Donlan. They're going to win that primary ball. Inevitably they're going to get a shot off or win a free. In this case it's a free, and I've no doubt that Danny Russell will tap this over and keep 6 between them.
Right now, 3-13 to 1-14 is how it stands, and it's level in the bridge at 16 points apiece. So that one going right down the wire as well. Danny Russell with the free midway between the 45 and 65 metre lines and straight over. You could nearly mark it down before he got the hurley to a great score from him once again to extend out that lead to 6, 3-14 to 1-14. And still, as I say, deadlocked below on 6 Mile Bridge. Puck out to come. We'll just watch Liam O'Connor right now as he lets rip. That breeze is really freshening and certainly blowing in Feakle's favour as well in this second half, as the ball hops off the hand there of Owen McGann, and trying to go through is Ronan O'Connor. Runners left and right, off the shoulder, over it goes towards Owen 2. He just breaks behind him. Oisin Donlan steps back into a little pocket of space on the back foot as he strikes that one. Just white, just to the right and wide. I was going to say that would be some score for him to land.
Score, but it's one of them, like 1 out of 10 times you're going to land it. And again, Feakle, you have to ask questions. Why are they going down the centre with these puck outs when Eire are down a man? There's plenty of space. Hit the space, attack the space. Feakle are doing neither.
This time they've turned it over though through Conor McGann. Good work from him, and that's going to be a free in. He has certainly put himself about since coming onto the field. Eire, as we say, losing Aaron Fitz, and they responded brilliantly, didn't they? Those 2 goals just absolutely putting the icing on the cake for the scoreline. 3-14 to 1-14 is how it stands right now, and Oisín Donlan will cut this back, you'd imagine, to a 5-point game, and Ger Conway still barking the instructions here underneath us. Gary Guilfoyle is going to make his entrance to the field here very shortly, and as he does, as we watch it down in 6 Mile Bridge, Wolf Tones have gone back into the lead, 17 points to 16 with 57 minutes played. Here comes Oisín Donlan striking that ball straight between the posts, over the bar and out into the Clyster car park, as another score goes over the bar for Feakle to bring it back to a 5-point game. In comes Gary Guilfoyle. Incredibly, for a senior championship game, no boarding operation here is there in Parkes Oak this afternoon, so Gary makes his way in, and just watching here underneath us, it's actually Con Smith, part of that All-Ireland winning squad, of course, that will come off the field here to these last 6 or so minutes of this contest. Ball pucked out once again though, Feakle pick it up, just starting to get to grips a little bit now. Ronan O'Connor lets it rip again. They're playing that 2-man inside line. Oisín O'Connor and Stevie Conway breaks in behind it. It's Dara Stack that takes it up, pings it out here to Kieran Russell. He heads for the safety of the sideline. Man off his shoulder is Oren Cahill. He'll have to go infield instead to Conor Perrell. He gets wrapped up. Oisín O'Connor goes really, really well just to hold him up a little bit. Perrell though gets the ball back, hasn't much space to look. There's Russell. Oh, what a hook that is. Fantastic stuff from Conor McGann. He's been impressive, as I've mentioned. Oren Cahill picks the ball up, goes through the challenges. Conor Perrell steps back onto the 45 metre line again. What a hook that is from Conor McGann, and gets the ball into his possession, one-handed over the shoulder. Now there could be an opportunity. They're going through here with Patrick Daly. He pops it outside. Feakle, oh, what a brilliant stop that is. Was Oisín O'Connor going in on goal, trying to put himself about immediately as Gary Guilfoyle puts the hand pass all the way across, but Eire will defend this one, and Niall McMahon will go over to tidy things up. He's pulled to the ground, free out for Eire. Very unlucky not to get the goal, but what a brilliant bit of work rate and leadership there from Conor McGann. Yeah,
in fairness, and the flick, the audacity of the flick to release it, and then Feakle had a 3v1 situation, Derek, 3 attackers, 1 defender, and the option to go left, the option to go right. He chose left, out came Stack, brave as you like, put his body on the line, got the save in, and Niall McMahon mopped up the clearance. It's effectively game over really here. It's all about the market now and the relegation battle, because the Townies look like to secure top spot. Very impressive here with 14, Derek, especially when they went down to 14. Feakle will look at themselves afterwards and wonder what they did when they had the 15v14.
Again, there's allegations of swipes and one thing and another being made outside there, but in fairness to Dara Stack, he really put his body on the line to prevent that goal going in, trying to keep his second half clean sheet here. He's free now out on his own 13 metre line, plays a chart to Kieran Russell, works the little 1-2. They have the space and time to do that. Now they let it rip away down the field. There's not enough on that. Well taken by Gary Guilfoyle back there. David Reedy comes in, just flicks the ball out of his hand, but it's Feakle that hold on to it through Oisín Donlan. Back it comes towards Patrick Daly. Looks up, tries to play a little ball over the top. That's well read by Loftus. Oren Cahill's just off his shoulder here, and it's instead Eire to come away with it. Conor Perrell, the man that takes it down here towards the 45 metre line. Good work back there initially by Niall McMahon. Perrell puts the ball away down into the corner once again. Cleary goes up, breaks it down in front of him, and lovely little touch. In goes Adam Hogan. Shane O'Donnell with him. They've done that so many times, I'd imagine, outside in Carlohan, and indeed here at Clare Senior Hurling Training as well. Right now it's Feakle working it out low. It's a late hit by David Reedy there on Patrick Daly. He's going to be spoken to. Feakle are saying, why didn't you play the advantage?
Yeah.
But he's saying,
David Reedy already been booked?
Didn't see the first one if he was, but
he was.
There he was, yeah. So it's going to be a free now for Feakle on their own 65. They were arguing for the advantage. They thought they had the options over inside, but in fairness to Owen O'Leary, I suppose he stopped it when there was a booking to be made. So let's just check back in. They're in injury time below in 6 Mile Bridge. Wolf Tones 18 points, Newmarket 16 is how it stands.
Wow. I wouldn't have called it. I would have been 100% positive the Blues would have won that.
So here comes Oisín Donlan with a free on his own 65 metre line. It'll take something miraculous now for Feakle not to get through the way things are going, as Oisín Donlan puts that over and takes them one more point towards that particular safety. He's certainly been brilliant. We'll have a Patrick Burke-Minzer man of the match selection to come very shortly indeed. 90 seconds left in the game, so when we hit 60 or so, we'll get you for that one. Tones with another point in the bridge. They now lead 19 points to 16 with 61 minutes on the clock. Puck out for Dara Stack. Again, it's long. Again, Shane O'Donnell O'Donnell is in or around the general vicinity of the ball, touches it down, tries to go after it. The Feakle men converge in around him, and it's good defensive work from them. But David Reedy comes in, snaps that ball up on the 45, heads down the far touchline, gets a big hit over there as well from Owen Toohey. In fairness, it was a fair hit, no question about it. Put him out over the sideline. Owen Toohey is a fair block.
Yeah, it was a fair hit and a fair block. In fairness, David Reedy bounced straight up again and get on with the game. Says Reedy, get on with the game, says Owen Eire. And I'm sure Eire will be absolutely thrilled here. They're 50 seconds away from going into additional time. They still lead by 4, I think my math says it, and that's quite comfortable when you're 14 men.
4 minutes of additional time to be played in this contest, and there are 62 minutes played down in 6 Mile Bridge, and it's Wooltones leading the market by 19 points to 16. Free here for Feakle, and as all this gets sorted out, Derek Dormer, give us your Patrick Burke Menswear man of the match.
Yeah, look, I'd be a very special, huge mention for Oren Cahill. I thought the work he got through when they were at 15, when they were at 14, his vision for the passes. But at the end of the day, Derek, you need a man to put the ball in the net. You need a man to get the scores. And by God, did Danny Russell deliver for Eire today. And he would be my Patrick Burke Menswear man of the match.
You want far to travel to cash in the voucher. So Danny Russell of Eire Guinness, or Patrick Burke Menswear man of the match. He joins Garrod, Gudgie O'Connell and Conor Hegarty as our 3 man of the match selections across our 3 live broadcasts of the TUS Clare Senior Hurling Championship here on Clare FM this weekend. Eire 3-14, Feakle 1-16, 30 played, 4 to go, and full time imminent in the bridge as well. Wooltones still leading by 19 points.
Would an Eire goal here put late goal?
No, Tones are right 3 up, so that wouldn't be enough to turn it around.
Okay.
Ball is dinked into the corner. Kieran Russell's hurley goes up to break it down. Stevie Conway and Oisín O'Connor are inside hanging around there. It's Oisín that goes over. You could hear the clash of the ash right up here in our commentary box, even though it happened in the furthest away point over in that left corner back position from an Eire point of view. Free in for them, free for Oisín Donnan. 20 points now to Wooltones, 16 points to the market. So it's the Blues heading for that relegation battle, it would appear. Tones safe and finished for the season after coming up from intermediate last year.
And that's massive for Wooltones, massive. And like, I didn't give them a snowball's chance of holding their status when I saw the group they're in. And the relegation series takes a life of their own, but I honestly felt they'd be in trouble in that group. Remarkable to get 3 points. 63-40 on the clock down there, and right now it's another point at free for the man that captains the Feakle men here, Oisín Donnan. Certainly doing Shane McGrath justice, shall we say, and taking over those responsibilities. 3-14 to 1-17. There's just 3 between them now with 31.5 minutes played. Remember, a Feakle win will put them top of the group. That could be the focus for them in these closing stages. 20 points to 16, as we say, down in 6 Mile Bridge in that game. Here come Eire. This is Tom Kavanagh from right out on the sideline. That's a really, really quality score, but again, he had the space and time to do so. Remember, we keep saying Eire playing with those 14 men. Walkout routine, O'Leary says, no, wait for my whistle. And in fairness to him, that is the rule, of course. After the score, you can wait for the whistle. After the wide, you can work away. Correct. And after the wide, you can go as quick as you like. But once the score, you have to wait for the whistle. But you'd referenced it again, Derek. Where are all getting the space and the time to put these points over the bar when they're down a man?
21 points now to Wooltones to 16. They lead, so they're really putting the shoe down late on. Another free in here now for Feakle to bring it back to 2, which bring it back to 3 again. Bring it back to 3, which would, just that one score away could make it interesting. If they force the issue a little bit, they'll be wondering, we said it before, was it a case of a yellow card handed out there as well, I think. Yeah, Oisín Donnan is going to take the free, but they'll be just wondering, was this game there for the taking? Are they looking at the different pots, you'd wonder. But again, Tones look to have the job done down in 6 Mile Bridge. I think John Bugler about to blow the full-time whistle in that one. 21 points to 16 is how it stands there. 3-15 to 1-17 here. Is that about to be 1-18? It certainly is, yeah. Oisín Donnan with the free, so back to a 3-point game just to make it a little bit interesting for these closing stages. Yeah,
look, and if Feakle get a goal, but they'll need 2 scores to top the group. A draw wouldn't be enough for Feakle to overtake Eire, and we've 60 seconds left, so I think we can safely say the Townies will be seeded. But do you want to be seeded when you're vying to Kilnamona the bridge and Ballygay pot 2?
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating draw. Conor Perrill over there trying to win that ball. Ronan O'Connor with him, free in for the Eire men, so this really should put the capping on it as we watch down in the bridge. There's another score gone up there for the Wooltones men, so they're really kicking for home. 22 points now to 16 is how it stands. Owen O'Leary, just again, in fairness to him, he has been very authoritative, I think, right throughout this contest, really been in control of a game.
That's 6
He
points.
threatened at times, it threatened at times a game, didn't it, to spark? But
It did.
he's been in control.
It did. In fairness, there was the 5-minute frenzy. You know, when
Just
the
to
man
confirm,
sent
that's
off,
full time, 22 points to 16. So that is
6 points.
Yeah.
And
6
Eire,
points
this
there.
will be putting them 4 up here. Danny Russell nails this. It's a 12-point swing needed, not 10. Yeah. You can do the calculator. You were very good at school.
It wasn't at all, actually.
No, I was told by Kilmurray Brecken people you were very good at maths.
So that's a 6-point win for the Wolf Tones men, and Danny Russell sends over another free there to extend out that lead once again. So we'll just drop the ball over the head here of Pat Daly, trying to get that ball from David Reedy. Line ball instead now it is for Kevin Curry to indicate that it's going to be the Townies with it. So 316 to 118, that is Eire by 4. Wolf Tones by 6 won't be enough. The 6-point win for Wolf Tones takes them to -8 on the scoring difference, and right now Feakle are on -2. So it would, as I say, it would take a big swing in the scoring stakes to finish this one off. As Owen O'Leary now has spotted something out here. I don't know what's going on, but it's all a little bit messy here. Right at the very end of the contest, David Reedy inside, ready to let swipe, and he does, doesn't he? Ball goes out over the line, and it's going to be Owen O'Leary again, indicating that's going to be a ball for the Feakle men here underneath us, and it's going to be taken by Gary Guilfoyle. Black helmet, Predator boots, good connection of the ball as well. Sends it right inside, it breaks down. Owen McGann trying to come onto this one-handed. Kieran Russell just gets it away to safety, and the full-time whistle goes. So that confirms it all. Both sides happy. Both sides into the quarter-finals. Eire will go in as the seeded team. County champions Feakle into the quarter-final hat as an unseeded group. It'll be Newmarket in the relegation series. Wolf Tones finishing up their season. That's how things finish as the young lads come in to get the hurleys from their heroes. David Reedy, one of them. Shane O'Donnell will be surely swamped. He is. Look at him down here. Can we had a shot of O'Donnell here below on the D. Absolutely swamped with young lads. Their lure never ever fades, does it? What brilliant superstars they are. But right now, sum up that game for us. It was one that kind of swung a couple of ways a couple of times.
Yeah, it did. And look, I was kind of, I suppose, impressed with the Townies opening quarter, very disappointed with their second quarter. But when they went a man down, they showed the ability that they have to move the ball and get the scores and move the ball at pace and make their decision making. Feakle down a lot of bodies, as we know. They weren't lacking in effort, but I really do think that, like, look, it doesn't count for much. They're into the quarter-final draw. But maybe later on in the championship they'll be presented with another scenario, similar scenario where it's 15v14, and I suggest to Ger Conway that they might start to work on something like that in training, because they looked all at sea when they had the extra man, and it looked at times like it was a rogue with the extra man. Let's be honest, the time and space they had for a couple of the scores. Tom Kavanagh here, fine point, but he must have had 30 seconds to hit the ball over the bar. You know, so a lot of work to be done for Eire. Top the group, but that means they're going to be playing either Ballyea, Kilnamona or 6 Mile Bridge, because that's all they can face. That's not a reward really for topping a group. But look, they have 3 wins from 3. Doesn't matter who you face, you have to beat them all, as the man says, to win a championship.
316 to 118 is the full-time score here in Zimmer Biomed Park. My thanks to Derek Dormer here on analysis, to all the Clare GA TV crew as well, and to all our gang back at base, to the Grove Bar and Restaurant in Rosslevin for their kind sponsorship of the broadcast, and Patrick Burt Menswear for their man of the match selection as well this afternoon, going to Danny Russell. It's Eire topping the group, Feakle in second place. Much more to come on the big weekend. Your main evening news is at 5:45 as we sign off from Zimmer Biomed Park, Kisog.
Cuddy Hurleys, premium handcrafted hurleys trusted by top players worldwide. We deliver exceptional quality and performance to hurling enthusiasts in Ireland and across the globe. Join the best and elevate your game with our expertly crafted hurleys. Telephone 087 207 2999.
Restaurant in Rosslevin. Our commentary sponsors this afternoon, as it's Danny Russell that strikes that ball to the line to David McNamara. He's on the 45-metre line. Out it comes, standing on the sideline here is Danny Russell. Look at the arc on that one. As ahead, looking for the diminutive and brilliant Shane O'Donnell. Lovely run, taking it on by Cahill once again. That is a score of real quality from Eire. 5-metre line, his men left and right decides to go over to the far side of the ground to David Reedy. He stands and just flicks the wrists and just puts it over. He's got the ball, just wouldn't come up to him first time. Now he can put on the afterburners. Oisin O'Connor from a very tight angle splits the post for the Feakle men. Right now it was Darren Maroney, the man initially, but the ball goes clear and it is Ronan O'Connor that has it for Feakle. There's a fair bit of determination behind noon. Let's see, the man with the black helmet comes and strikes it, and again he's measured it brilliantly, hasn't he? And just
never deviated, did it?
No,
like a
around the neck. O'Donnell steps back and slaps that ball goalwards and puts it between the posts. The bridge 6-4 here. That's the latest score right now. It might be about to change because there's Patrick Daly with a shot from distance. A simple enough score. Win the break off. Back it comes though. Danny Russell still there, still hunting and still scoring. They eventually do put run now by Oisin O'Connor, bearing down out, playing across towards Oisin. There he is. Gets it up, he's handed into the back of the net. Stevie Conway towards the Aldi end of Zimmerbeim at Park Isog and striking it straight between the posts. And all of a sudden, when we were saying that here away to his left hand side at the moment, striking that ball once again towards the old scoreboard end, and the umpire has the hand up.
Probably, you know, I think Anthony Daly said that there's safety in, or there's seduction in safety. You know, you're being, just the fact that they're in the
breeze blowing in favour of Eire that will come for Feakle in the second half. And again, they've got the puck out. The free is taken short. It's worked out towards him. O'Donnell goes back to look for his hurley. Ball put across towards Marco Cleary. Takes a little step inside and puts it into the back of the net. And now Eire sit down the line. That's David Reedy just on the 45-metre line on the far side of the pitch. Quality score from David Reedy. And what a runner it is. It's Darren Maroney. He's going to start to bear down on goal. He's on the 21. Pops it inside. This is Danny Russell. What a fit.
You can't be doing that.
Oh, brilliant takedown from the air. Who else but their captain Oisin Donlan gets the ball down, and it is a score for the Great bit of play from Ronan O'Connor, transferring the ball inside. Great hands there from Stevie Conway. Picks the ball up and sticks it over. Quality score from him and Danny Russell at the moment, and Russell sticks that ball over. It was always going to be the case, but he has the advantage. Reedy's going, lays it off inside. It's going to come across. It's Danny Russell. It's in the net, and that's a brilliant team score from Eire.
A bit of wit in their attack, and they'll probably get a score from it.
Stevie Conway.
No.
Yeah. Into third and finish their season. Feakle will be second and Eire will be first. That's how it's panning out right now. Danny Russell, as ever, rip instead right down into that full forward line. Lovely touch on the hurley. That is a class score if it goes over from Stevie Conway. That's brilliant. Just killed the ball. So that one going right down the wire as well. Danny Russell with the free midway between the 45 and 65-metre lines and straight over. You could nearly mark back into the lead. 17 points to 16 with 57 minutes played. Here comes Oisin Donlan striking that ball straight between the posts. Over.
But I honestly felt they'd be in trouble in that group. Remarkable to get 3 points.
63-40 on the clock down there, and a 6 Mile Bridge in that game. Here come Eire. This is Tom Kavanagh from right out on the sideline. That's a really quality score, but again there 315 to 117 here. Is that about to be 180? And you're welcome back here to Zimmerbeim at Park Isog, where winning Eire manager Jerry O'Connor joins us here for a little reflection on that game. Jerry, a strange game at times, high octane, it had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I thought the first half was very low intensity, very stop starts. We didn't really get into any sort of a flow, and neither team particularly got on ball. Their number 9 was creating huge problems for us, especially on their puck out. He was coming back into our half back line and creating an overload there. And it took us a long time to get to grips with that. We steadied the ship a bit at half time, and then Aaron was removed, or whatever way you want to call it. But I thought when Aaron went off that we really got our running game going again, and played really well in starts and fits. But ultimately it was Danny Russell's finishing and our ability to make the ball stick inside the full forward line. But ultimately we're just 2 weeks down the road from where we were 2 weeks ago. We were in a quarter final 2 weeks ago. We're in a quarter final today. We were really tested by Feakle out there. they're not county champions for nothing. They performed exactly as we thought they would. They ate us on breaking ball. The stats team were able to tell us at half time that we were being absolutely wiped on breaking ball, and that's a credit to Feakle. They were really up for it, which we expected that they would be.
We said that in commentary. You started the game so well, and yet at one stage we looked at the scoreboard and it was level, and we're kind of wondering how that could have happened. But it was probably through that work rate. Feakle were that bit quicker in the first half.
They were getting on breaking ball. It was as simple as that. And number 9 was creating an overload on the long puck out for them. We were getting a lot more. We lost a huge amount of our long puck outs in that first half. Something like 8 out of 11 in the first half. When we were in short and we built through the lines, we were able to gain possession and get the ball in over their half back line. But ultimately, Denny and Marco really upped the intensity inside in the full forward line and created those scoring opportunities and more importantly, converted them.
You mentioned there, like, you came in today knowing you were safe in the quarterfinals one way or the other. Did that tie into, I suppose, a bit of a slow start?
No, I would offer that as no excuse whatsoever. Feakle were excellent. We had a very good start, so there was no excuses at all. They just grounded out and kept getting themselves into a position to win breaking ball. Which is all we spoke about all week, which was disappointing from our point of view, because we knew exactly what they were going to come with. We've been watching them for the last 5 years, and they're a team that we've always struggled to get over the line with. But ultimately, it came down to the goal chances.
Yeah. You're into that draw now. We're just sizing up the pots there. I don't know, is there any great advantage of being in one or the other?
Listen,
it's a quality last 8, isn't it?
We've come out on top and second for the last 10 years. And it's absolutely irrelevant. Any team, there's 8 teams left now in the championship, and any one of those 8 teams will feel they have a chance at winning it.
Is this a case now of just forget about what happened in the group stages? We have to move forward, know who you have tomorrow night. Absolutely.
Look, we'll hear where the draw goes, and we'll focus on them for the next 2 weeks. It's a football week in Eire, so we'll get our players back Tuesday week, and we'll go again.
The man of the match this afternoon was Danny Russell. He's our Patrick Burke-Minsberg selection. He just consistently does it, doesn't he?
Listen, Danny, you've no idea what Danny has done for us as a group since we started out on the 9th of December. He's been an exceptional leader all through the Clare Cup when our lads were away on inter-county setup, whether it was hurling or football or underage. Danny has been phenomenal, and he has led in the dressing room, he has led off the field, and he has led on the field. Thrill for him.
Fantastic stuff. Well done, and we look forward to that quarter-final draw tomorrow as to what those pairings might be. That wraps up our coverage here, folks, in Zimmer-Bymit, Park Isog. Thanks to Stream Sport and Clare GATV and Zimmer-Bymit as well for their sponsorship. That draw tomorrow night, it certainly will be interesting. We're down to the last 8. Tune in again.